Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hi, and welcome to the Breaking Ties Destination Divorce podcast. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're talking about appealing a judge's decision in a divorce case. As you and I know, divorce is very challenging, both emotionally and physically. And sometimes the outcome may not be what you expected. But what can you do if you disagree with the judge's decision? That's what we're going to discuss today. Now, to start things off, it's important to understand what an appeal is. An appeal is a request to a higher court to review and potentially change a lower court's decision. In a divorce case, the lower court is typically the trial court, and the higher court is an appeals court. But it's important to note that appeals are not automatic. You have to actively pursue an appeal and make a request to the higher court. And there are specific time limits for when you can file an appeal. So it's important to act quickly if you're really going to consider one. So what decisions can you appeal in a divorce case? There are several key areas that are commonly subject of appeals, including property division, spousal maintenance, child custody, and child support, in addition to attorney fees. If you believe the trial court made an error in its interpretation of the law or applied the law incorrectly, you may have grounds for an appeal. If you believe that the trial court made an error in its interpretation of the law or applied the law incorrectly, you may have grounds for an appeal. You can also appeal if you believe the judge's decision was not supported by the evidence presented in court. The appeals process can be complex and time-consuming, so it's important to have a clear understanding of what you're getting into before you file an appeal. The first step is to file a notice of appeal with the appeals court. This is typically done within a certain time frame, which is usually 30 days from the date of final judgment. Next, you'll need to prepare a written brief that lays out your arguments and explains why you believe the judge's decision was incorrect. This can be a detailed and technical process, and it's often helpful to have an attorney assist you. Finally, there may be an oral argument where you and your attorney will have the opportunity to present your case in person to the appeals court. So what should you consider when deciding whether to appeal a decision? First and foremost, it is important to think about the likelihood of success. An appeal is not a guarantee that the decision will be changed in your favor. The appeals court will typically only overturn a decision if there is a clear error made by the trial court. You should also consider the cost and time involved in the appeals process. It can be expensive to hire an attorney and prepare an appeal, and the process can take several months or even years to complete. Finally, it's important to think about the emotional toll an appeal may take. The appeals process can be stressful and drawn out, and it may not be worth it if the outcome is uncertain. So there we go, a basic overview of appealing a judge's decision in a divorce case. If you're considering an appeal, it is important to seek the advice of an attorney who specializes in family law and divorce. Thanks for tuning into Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. Should you have any question on today's topic or other financial planning issues, feel free to reach out to me using the information in the description. I'm always happy to help any way I can. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Take care.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.